Levski has been terrific early on.
Now Ovechkin back the other way with Kaprizov.
Come on, Russia, come on, Russia, yeah! Guys, I'm okay. I hope so. You guys are also okay. My name is Umar and welcome to my channel where I give you useful information in a precise manner. So you must be thinking why this guy hit me. He is a Finnish guy, and if you're gonna praise Russia in front of a Finnish guy, you will be hit. So today I'm gonna tell you 5 ways which you should not do. Then you should have good relation with Finnish people. Otherwise, they're gonna kick your. Now fill in the spelling yourself. So welcome, Auntie. How are you, man?
I'm fine.
So I want to tell my people what we should not do to make Finn angry or uncomfortable. And the first thing we're going to talk about is if you're going to praise Russia or you're going to make comparisons like Finland is good as Russia or Finland is bad. No, I didn't mean that. I mean making comparison. How bad is that? How you feel when somebody do that?
Especially when compared to Russia, because Finnish and Russian people have a long bloody history.
Bloody history. You're talking about the Winter War and stuff?
Winter War, then there was that time where Russia had conquered Finland.
Uh-huh.
And as we
conquered or captured? How do you like to put it?
To be fair, we were under the Swedish rule back then.
Okay.
And then Russia took over, and Sweden, with the peace treaty with Sweden, the Finland was handed over to Russia.
To Russia, okay. So they got Finland as a gift, right?
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, like essentially Swedish were like, well, this slice of land
is yours.
Where there's nothing useful really. Is yours, just leave us alone.
Okay, so now that brings me to another part of that. So if we compare Finland with Russia, you don't like it?
No.
What about Sweden? If we compare it with Sweden, how does that sound?
It's not as bad, but it's still bad because...
it's still bad. So I mean like Sweden is acceptable, but Russia is not acceptable at all.
No, Sweden is not acceptable. If you say that Sweden is like Finland, in a bar, you'd get a huge FU from the back, maybe.
Guys, you got that. When you go to a bar in Finland, never say that Finland is like Sweden or Finland is like Russia. Finland is Finland, that's it. Okay? You got it. And one thing I'm going to tell you, every statement you're going to make, like Finland is better than Russia, or like, this thing is better in Finland or worse in Finland, compared to any other country in the world. But not to Russia, not to Sweden. If you do that, the person might hit you if he's aggressive, and he or she might not hit you, but you might gonna lose that person forever. He or she will never tell you why, and you might be thinking, she was taking interest in me, I don't know what happens. That the fuck happened. Then you are not talking with her. It's gone.
As you can, and that...
Hey, wait, let me say something first, then you can say. Second thing is, never interrupt a Finnish guy when he is trying to speak English. That same applies for the girls too. Otherwise, you will be kicked the game. So the problem is, they don't prefer to speak English at all. I mean, they prefer to speak Finnish. Sometime when they want to talk to you, when they need some work done from you, and they know that you can't speak Finnish, so they try to be nice and try to speak English. If you interrupt them then and there, that the conversation is over, relation is over, who the hell are you? They're not going to talk to you ever. So please be careful. When somebody is speaking English, particularly Finnish guy, you have to listen. So, Auntie, what you were saying?
Okay. So, as I was saying, if you interrupt a Finnish person mid-speech, especially if you don't know them, like someone approaches you and speaks English to you, and you interrupt them, for Finnish people, because English is nothing like our home language.
Okay.
And although most of Finnish people speak it, some people it's not as easy as for others. So, so if you cut a Finnish people off speech, they're gonna lose the train of thought,
Okay.
and then it's gonna be like a minor annoyance.
Annoyance. Okay. So you're gonna say that they will be a little uncomfortable with that person?
Not necessarily uncomfortable, but definitely like annoyed.
Annoyed. Okay. Guys, you got
Because-
that. I hope you got that. So keep this thing in mind. Don't try to be too, intelligent. Just listen first, be patient, and that patience is required. Whether it comes to Finland, whether it comes to Finnish weather, whether it comes to Finnish girls, Finnish job, anything in Finland, you need a fucking big patience. You got it? Guys, the third point is you should never talk about religion, about what religion you follow, what are the good and bad and stuff like that. Like if somebody asks a question, then you can talk about it. But don't really preach whatever you believe because Finn's not going to ask you. They're not concerned very much. It's a very personal thing. And if you keep on preaching them, for example, you call a Finnish guy at home and you start talking about your religion and you start asking questions about their religion, then this would be your first and final meeting.
Most likely.
If I'm not mistaken. Although Finns are Christians mostly and they belong to Lutheran Church, but normally it's very, not secretive, but it's very personal thing. They don't want to discuss it. Some are practicing, some are not practicing, but that's their own thing. And they want the same from other people too. But we have an expert here, so let's see what Antti has to say on that.
Yeah, when it comes to religion, speaking about religion in Finland, religion is a personal matter.
Okay.
Like, what is between you and the patron of your selection,
Okay.
whatever religion you choose, it should be just you.
Okay.
And we get really uncomfortable if someone starts preaching about their religion. If it's okay if you're curious, ask about our religion,
Okay.
or if we ask about your religion, it's okay to tell about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start kind of preaching it,
Then it's not gonna work. Okay.
it's gonna make us really uncomfortable.
And I've noticed one more thing. Like they might ask you questions because it's a new thing for them. Like I was asked the first question that, "Are you from Saudi Arabia?" I said, "No, I'm from Pakistan." But I think all the Muslims live in Saudi Arabia because they don't know that. So you can tell them nicely, but that does not mean you should tell them all the details and stuff because they don't have the same orientation as you have about religion and religious scriptures and stuff like that. So they might say something which might offend you, and then that might be the end of the relationship. So you might take care of that. And alternatively, you can say something which you don't know about their religion. So I would say, ask whatever you really need and tell whatever you really think is necessary. So don't go into much detail. And one more thing which I understand. Finns are at a distance to you all the time. So you can shout Allahu Akbar as loud as you can. Nobody gonna run.
Well, I mean, if you're holding an alarm clock that's sticking with you,
then you might.
maybe.
Okay, guys, the fourth one is you should never talk about the salary. The money matters. So you should not ask your colleague or the person working around you, "Hey, how much money do you make?"
Not like that. Not like that.
Not like that, okay. So how do you ask, how much money do you make? So
First of all, don't just first day you meet is like, "Hello, how much do you make?"
oh, that's fucking rude, you don't do that, okay?
Yeah. So first you need to kind of feel out what kind of person is. Someone don't like to talk anything about personal issues and money issues. But if they are more open and you start kind of getting traction on relationship, and especially if you're working same job.
Same job, okay.
Same job.
So you mean like, okay, same job, same level?
Yeah, same level, and you can compare. Then it's like more acceptable to compare.
What about going to your boss and asking, "Hey boss, how much you make?"
Well, depends on the boss. Just like I said, you need to kind of feel the person out a little bit.
Now we move to the last one. The last one is very simple, but it is very important. I can't emphasize more on that one. It's about the personal space. So Finns get really angry and pissed off when you invade their personal space. You are talking to somebody, they will listen to you, but keep a fair distance. And nowadays we are living in Corona time, so we always have to have a safe distance. But if you breach it and you go very close, so they might feel uncomfortable and you can really feel it. They're not like listening to you, and they might try to go back a little bit. So, But when I'm talking about the personal space, what the fuck are you doing very close to me, man? But do you think so? Personal space is a big issue.
Me first.
Okay, but do you think so? Personal space is such a big
personal
issue.
space is always a big issue. Like, especially if you first meet a person, you shouldn't go out like holding. Give me a
Okay.
hairy hand.
Okay.
You shouldn't be like this. Like, "Hello, my name is Antti. It is very nice to meet you."
Okay. So we don't need to do that.
No, just like shake your hands and then keep a distance and don't invade the personal space.
Okay, that's fine.
But
if somebody do that, then you categorize that person that, oh, this one is so cheap. It's just like coming
it's
over.
gonna be like a bit uncomfortable for this in the situation, and then it can be like associated like, oh god, this person always comes into my skin to sniff it. And,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Skin to sniff it. That's a nice word. Skin to sniff it. Okay, so I hope you guys liked the video. The purpose of the video is to let you, the newcomer, the new student, doesn't matter where are you coming in Finland, which part you're coming is all the fucking same. So to let you know how to behave. And I'm very thankful to my friend here, Auntie, and you should be thankful to him. Friend. What else you want me to say? Okay. So I'm very thankful for Auntie for his insight, and I hope we're gonna help you a lot in future as well. So if you like this video, you can subscribe, hit the button and notification as well. See you again later. Take care. Bye bye. Get the fuck away, man.